Welcome everyone to another first round match here at the GW Climax. And we are certainly edging our way up to the top of the exciting, exhilarating action. But don't say edge in front of the Riddler because that is a bad idea. I am the Sentinel.
And my name is JOSHAGEDDON, and at this point I just don't like edge.
That's right, well, and that's true, and the Riddler maybe likes it a little bit too much for the both of us. But here comes Shiva as...
Well, he needs to cope.
Folks, this is a... I don't want to be too biased here, but when I say in the tail of the tape that this is something of a mismatch.
Yeah.
When the seeding came out for this and we did the drawings, this was certainly a match that we were given, but it's been a hell of a first 4 days of action. Riddick getting 4 eliminations in that 6-man match and ultimately coming out the victor in his effort heading up to the second round is he, and we will see who is taking on the tough task of earning a CIW championship matchup at the time of their choosing. As Shiva here is one of the heavy favorites, one of the heavy betting favorites to come out of that with a victory. As
former CIW champion in his own right.
Absolutely, and the last time we saw Shiva was in a hell of a matchup, an incredibly good matchup against Kratos, where Shiva took some back roads for sure, but he still ultimately came out of it a victor in that matchup between two titans. But they finally figured out who the best of the ones, and Kratos, who is still infuriated after losing at the beginning of the month to Bruce Lee by countout.
Dude, I can't believe Kratos got bounced already.
The fact that Kratos is eliminated is absolutely unreal to me, and that's not to discount anything from Bruce Lee at all, because it is Bruce Lee. Say what you want about him. I hate what he does. I hate his tactics. I hate how he does things. But he is still a 2-time CIW champion.
I hate his association with the CIW, with the Shaolin Combat Club.
Yeah, that is proven unfortuitous to, beneficial to him, but not to TAW. But,
no, not in the least.
But here comes the Riddler, who joined DC and turned his back on the Greasy Green Gigolos, and as such, kind of paid for it by costing DC their 777-day tag team championship reign to the Greasy Green Gigolos themselves. So, you know, vengeance is a dish best served cold. But you could bet that the rest of DC was very unhappy with this very, very sleek and greasy individual.
Yeah, he's a little too greasy for my liking, I must say.
Yeah, I would say as well. And we've seen him do horrible things in the ring to people that did not deserve to be violated in such fashion. And here we go. And referee Jonah Hill going to be the one in between this, and a headlock takeover starting out for the God, former CIW champion Shiva.
I don't think the Riddler is going to be able to do those things to Shiva in this matchup, I'm just saying.
No, I think Shiva's going to basically just take care of business here, as the defeater of 1,116 gods is not worried about a smelly, squeaky scientist.
Would if the Riddler did try to do that, would that be considered sacrilegious?
Well, I don't know what he practices, because he might not even know anything about Hinduism at all. So that might be something where he doesn't even know if it's sacrilegious or not. But that's just the way that these things go sometimes. And
I do know that in that chokehold he was just in, he might have been enjoying that.
Well, as we would not be surprised, as his alliance with Ganondorf obviously torn to shreds. At least I would imagine so. That after that, you know, because Ganondorf ain't part of the Greasy Green Gigolos, but it is Piccolo and Reptile that won the tag belts. So there will not be any interchanging, as so far as I've been told. And that beautiful head scissors from Shiva, who has been just taking care of things, and a low blow from the Riddler.
Not at all surprising.
Not at all surprised. A ball fondler himself in the Riddler. Who
he is very fond of those things.
And I would say this would be maybe the upset of the tournament. We thought that Kratos losing was bad. But if the Riddler somehow found a way to beat Shiva in this matchup,
I don't know what I would do at that point.
Yeah, that would be a wild set of circumstances. And
I have a pretty good idea of what the Riddler would be doing in victory, and I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I really don't want to even think about the Riddler having a world title match at the time of his choosing. Shiva belongs in that kind of conversation. If the Riddler somehow gets there, that makes me very, very concerned.
Me too.
Yes. Yeah, the Riddler, Ed Enigma, as he is trying to stop Shiva, the master of 1,116 gods, 1,117 if you include Kratos. And his number actually has probably gotten up significantly since he joined CIW. Pull-over pile driver.
Ooh, he spiked him with that.
Big pull-over pile driver, and down goes the Riddler. As now it looked just like a bow and arrow here. And that could be enough to put the Riddler away. As referee Jonah Hill looking on. And folks, if you want to see all of the matches in the tournament and the progress of the tournament, check out the Google Doc in the description, which is being updated daily. And a German suplex to the Riddler.
Oh, God.
Got his head bashed in. And now another head scissors.
I will say, how does Shiva do that without,
come on. Shiva.
Oh, no.
Shiva, come on. I know you steal finishes, but you don't have to do this. Oh, no. Riddler.
Oh, no.
Riddler, you get what you pay for.
Like, oh,
God damn.
How do you even explain what we just witnessed?
I did not need to ever see that ever in my life. Shiva, he knows how to dance, but not that way. Cover 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Riddler kicks out.
Oh, my God.
I guess that Riddler's humping is more effective than the God's humping.
That would have been a finish. That indeed would have been a finish.
Well, and now a ball-fondling message sent.
I am uncomfortable.
And the Riddler seems to have woken up from all of that.
Stop.
He looks energized.
That.
Look at him. He looks energized. And Shiva going, no, I'm winning this matchup.
I feel unclean.
Yeah, I understand. Well, imagine how the Riddler feels. And now it, went for a knee and the Riddler got out of the way. German suplex countered by the Riddler. Riddler starting to melt.
Why is he building an offensive off of being violated?
You should never have humped him, Shiva. He punches him in the back. These are words that are formulated in English sentence in the year 2025. This is what the GW... I think Riddler may have won the GW Climax without even having to win a match. Or he at least climaxed. He may not win the prize.
His attire is now dark green and damp.
That's why I'm glad that midsection is purple. And now just rotating around, and oh no! And now the 1,000-mile-an-hour airplane spin we saw him use against Kratos. And now, the Devil Oka! And a Devil Oka that just busted the Riddler open. That has got to be it. And the cover there, mercifully, 1, 2, 3. Wow. Sometimes, I think Shiva learned a valuable lesson here, JOSHAGEDDON. You can't steal everybody's finish.
Yeah. You shouldn't be able to just fuck whatever you want.
Yeah, and the Riddler is smiling, I'm sure, as I'm so uncomfortable. But ladies and gentlemen,
I'm leaving.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Riddler has lost. Shiva has moved on to the second round. We will see you tomorrow for a major triple threat, Waluigi versus Eclipse versus Freddy Krueger. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you tomorrow. Shiva, your winner, GW Climax.